Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Could Be Worse. My name is Tyler. This is Dom.
What's up? Let's get this thing started here.
Yeah, we're having some more issues on the timing thing. Was really trying to get this one out at midnight last night. Set an alarm on my phone. I was 9:30 Denver time, so 11:30 East Coast time. I was in front of my computer, getting it going, and then I woke up this morning to a bunch of text messages from people like, well, my mom, saying that like it didn't post.
Yeah, Mama Loge is always there for us, for the boys.
Yeah, so
but yeah, I feel like we're coming in. We're both coming in pretty hot, pretty pissed off into this one. I feel like.
Well, dude, it's just I pay like $100 a year to this fucking company to like do our RSS feed so we can get our shit out on Spotify and Apple and everything.
Yeah.
And the RSS didn't distribute it to the fucking the apps and everything. And so I emailed them. I was like, what the fuck? And then they tried to they're like, oh, it's not our issue. Apple, Amazon, and Spotify have all simultaneously fucked up. So you got to reach out to them. And I was like, that's not the case. Like, it's clearly your fault.
This is a hit job, dude. We're clearly someone's trying to silence us, dude.
I know, dude. Big tech is trying to shut us down. We're speaking the truth and they can't handle it.
Yeah.
So long story short, I emailed them again. They're like, fine, like we'll clear the cache. I don't know, whatever fucking like tech bullshit they do when something's not working. And then immediately started. I re-uploaded it and it immediately worked. So fuck you, Podbean. But please don't deplatform us because I can't afford to pay for another one. Thank you.
Yeah, that's all we got.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I'm pretty fucking pissed off as well. I'm not gonna lie. I re-injured myself. I've re-crippled myself. This time my opposite fucking ankle. I'm pretty sure it's broken.
Damn.
Got to, really, I got to experience our health system once again. Went to a urgent care that's connected right to a fucking IHOP.
Nice.
They share a parking lot. Nothing made me feel better about my life situation in general than doing that.
Yeah, you hit the urgent care, you get a couple perkies, you pop them, you head over to the IHOP, you get a tall stack, and you nod off in the booths. It's nice morning breakfast.
It's a good setup they have. The IHOP pretty much is just a feeder cell for the urgent care right next door.
Yeah.
So, hats off to them for that. But yeah, I love going to urgent cares, dude. Showing them my insurance card that starts with the state that I'm from, so it's good insurance.
Right.
The name of the state is in is in the name.
Yeah.
Pretty much, it's just like a promise from the state that if you die on the side of the road, they'll scrape you off the street.
Yeah, they'll clean it up. Yeah, you get like a box of Band-Aids and a thing of penicillin every year, and that's the extent of your healthcare coverage.
Yeah, without it, they just draw a red X on me and leave me on the side of the road like a deer.
Yeah, like the roadkill. Yeah. Like when someone hits a deer, they just grab you by the antlers, drag it into the shoulder, and put a little spray paint on you.
Yeah, exactly.
But I heard the state insurance, too, it does come with a punch card that if you, after 10 trips to the urgent care, you get a free thing of pancakes from the IHOP next door. Is that true?
That's actually very true. It's I only need 8 more visits, and then I'll have a nice free blueberry short stack.
Because I'm yucking it up over here, but I have like a year maybe left on my parents' health insurance. And when that shit runs out, I'm fucked. So I'm going to be standing like the urgent care line right behind you soon enough.
Life will come at you quick, brother.
And that's when I'll get sick too. I'll get diagnosed with like stage 3 cancer like 2 weeks after I get kicked off my dad's health insurance.
You're gonna be terminal immediately.
Yeah, life has a funny sense of humor that way. I'll just get AIDS somehow, like 2 days after the insurance lapses.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Mr. Lozier, you are positive for HIV and ballsack cancer.
Yeah, that's how the CIA is gonna take me out. They're gonna hit me with the HIV needle.
The heart attack pill or whatever they have over there.
Nah, I'm not worthy of the heart attack gun. I'll just get like
gun, right, yeah.
Somebody will walk past me on the street with a syringe and just hit me with some like polonium or something like that.
That's how you gotta go. What are you gonna do?
Speaking of dying under mysterious circumstances. There was a story that broke earlier this week. Journalist Christopher Sine, famous for he broke a story about Bill Clinton meeting with the former attorney general over like the Hillary email scandal. He met like on Bill Clinton was on like a flight probably to Epstein's Island, and he landed on a tarmac in Arizona somewhere. And the attorney general at the time was also there. And this was right in 2016 when they were doing the whole Hillary email thing in the lead up to the election. And then like they met for like 37 minutes, claimed they just talked about like their grandkids or whatever. And then like 2 or 3 days later, they dropped they closed the investigation into Hillary Clinton and didn't recommend charges. So people think that there was some iffy stuff going on there. And this journalist, Christopher Sine, wrote a whole book about it.
Right.
He got a bunch of death threats and everything, and then he got really depressed recently and decided to kill himself.
Damn, dude. Depression is the #1 killer, man.
It's a dark subject matter, you know? The Clintons, Deutsche Bank, Jeffrey Epstein, the CIA. All of these things are very depressing to investigate, so naturally...
That's true.
You get really, really sad, and you decide to eat the barrel of a gun and shoot yourself 4 times instead of just once.
Yeah. Well, I hope no journalist tries to look into this series of depression, or they might get kind of depressed as well.
Yeah, you'd hate to see more people get wrapped up in this very contagious case of depression.
Yeah, this cycle of depression.
Yeah,
this hurricane of depression surrounding the Clintons.
That's just, I mean, it's so powerful that people who have never been treated for any mental health conditions, who express no ill will towards themselves. They express no desire of hurting themselves. Yeah. By all accounts, are very happy, fulfilled people. Overnight, suddenly just get pushed to the edge and mysteriously kill themselves without leaving a note. And I think that kind of stress is something we should really, mental health is a big hot button issue. I think we should pay attention to things like that.
I think we should be a little more sensitive to that. I agree.
Yeah, it's just hilarious to me. I like just. You see these stories and like all the articles are just like, like quotes from his colleagues being like, we don't know why he would do this. Like, it's so crazy. And then the like police refuse to release any details. They just say it's being investigated as a suicide and don't comment any further. And it just sort of like trickles off and no one ever talks about it again. And this has happened like, I think like 50 times or something like that to people who have like, had dirt on the Clintons. So it's just, I mean...
Has anyone, like, directly asked this bitch this question? Like, why are 85 of your friends dead by suicide?
Yeah, it's just like maybe, and even if you're not killing them, if, like, 80 of your friends all kill themselves, like, I mean, clearly you're not a very good hang, at the very least.
At least reach out or something. Clearly, you're bumming these people out.
I mean, you own half the country. Maybe like pay for some therapy or some shit for these people if they're really that depressed, or don't send the Mossad after them. Either one.
She's like, I don't know how they all died. I thought they were just chilling.
Yeah, I was just chilling in Cedar Rapids when it happened.
Me and Bill were just chilling on the way to Busch Gardens.
Remember when she said she kept a bottle of hot sauce in her purse?
Yeah,
because she was like trying to prove that she was like, I think it was like something racist. I don't remember the context. I don't want to put my foot in my mouth and be more racist than her, but like. It was something to do. She was trying to prove that she was cool, that she was invited to the cookout. And she was just like, yeah, I keep a bottle of hot sauce in my purse. And people are like, yeah, that's not, you can't say that.
I don't know. Maybe my perspective is a little skewed. But to me, like carrying around a bottle of hot sauce just to bring it up around black people is almost more racist than anything like Marjorie Taylor Greene has done. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, like, so pandering.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
Oh, fuck.
Marjorie Taylor Greene was in the news again recently, though. There was a video that came out of she's very sorry for comparing coronavirus vaccines to the Holocaust. She said she took a trip. She had a press conference. She's like, I have taken a trip. I visited the Holocaust Museum, and I have to say that comparing Dr. Fauci to Joseph Mengele was wrong. The Holocaust was bad, and I am sorry.
I apologize for tweeting Anthony Hitler Fauci last night. I was a bit wrong there.
I mixed some Chardonnay with a couple of Vicodin, and I lost control of my fingers. My fingers went a little crazy, and I said some things, and I apologize for them.
I'm sorry, I just got done fucking my yoga instructor, so I'm a bit rattled.
Yeah. I mean, it was like kind of. I mean, I think the whole purpose is like, you know, the America First like party or whatever she's trying to get going. I think they're very pro-Israel, and with all the stuff that's going on over there, it's probably not a great time to have clips of you comparing like vaccine clinics at Walmart to gas chambers in Birkenau. Like, probably not the best time for that soundbite to surface. So good on her for at least covering her bases there.
Yeah, at least she knows when to apologize. She knows when she's crossed the line.
She's a bit, that's what I like about her, you know? She's not always right, but hey, none of us are perfect. Every now and then she accuses the Rothschilds of operating space lasers to start wildfires in California, but then she says she's sorry, like an adult.
Right.
Some of you need to take a fucking page out of that book. Apologize to people you've wronged.
She's got a righteous head on her shoulders.
Yeah.
Well, you can always count on her for giving us some little tidbit to always talk about.
I know. I love slow news week, so I get just to peruse her Twitter feed for like 45 minutes a day and be like, all right, it's got to be something in here.
She is great for that kind of stuff, yeah.
Yeah, she's just turned out. It's funny now, she like went from the Jews and she's like, all right, pivot. And now she's like going against the Italians. She's taking that same energy and going against the Italians. And she's just like obsessed with like getting Fauci fired.
That filthy Branzino eating motherfucker. That dirty greaseball.
I'm going to drown him in a tub of marinara sauce, just the way his people deserve to go out. It's like, well, it's still hate speech, but I mean, at least it's against white people now. And from what I understand, that's tolerated, so.
That's funny, yeah. She's great, dude. She's fantastic.
Speaking of Italians, the Catholic Church is pissed about Biden for, I think, about abortion, maybe. I'm just going off headlines here, but
I think the Catholic Church doesn't want Biden to get communion because he's pro-abortion. I think that's what it was.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. I mean, gee, but like imagine being lectured on morality by a bunch of child molesters. That's got to be condescending, right?
These Italian Catholics, they're trying to teach me about fingering kids. I know about fingering kids. I've been fingering kids all my life.
You'd think on paper they get along, you know? Yeah, Biden, the Catholic Church. Based on their records, you'd think they'd have like a common interest.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't get the whole like Catholic Church, because they really back you into a corner with the abortion thing, because you're not allowed to get an aborto, you're not allowed to wear a condom, you're not even allowed to pull out. So what are you supposed to do? Just be nutting in everybody? That seems a little excessive.
Yeah, they're all about cream pies. The Catholic Church loves cream pies. Oh fuck.
Listen. I was talking to God earlier. I know, like, he gave me this list of rules. Number 4 is you have to swallow. So, again, do you want to go to hell? It seems kind of shitty, so.
Yeah, it says on a Good Friday, you have to let me bust on your face. That's from the book of Job. I didn't make that shit up.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah, the Catholic Church fucking rules. They're so fucked.
Yeah, it's really fucked up. And this is from, I grew up Catholic, too. My dad doesn't get very mad at me. He's still like a devout Catholic, but I mean.
Oh, yeah, well, thank God my Polish family can't barely understand this podcast.
Right.
So they won't get too pissed.
Oh, they're because Poland's pretty, you guys love you some Jesus, right?
They're all Catholics. There's Polish, it's either Catholics or like weird atheist skinhead people.
Right. Their religion is just hating other religions.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. But yeah, dude. Yeah, my grandpa used to chase me with a fucking belt when I said I didn't want to go to church. They're pretty Catholic.
See, my grandparents, my grandma was she was a good Catholic, and she would just guilt the fucking hell out of me if I said I wasn't going to church. That's really, that's what a good Catholic does. They just passively aggressively guilt you into doing things.
Yeah, my grandma would like every night try and, until I was like 15, I just said fuck off. She would just try and like teach me prayers every night to do before bed. And I'm just like, Grandma, like the minute you leave this room, I'm going to just jerk off and go to bed. Like, I don't know what you think this. I'm 14 years old.
Yeah.
You're not going to put the fear. It's too late. I didn't grow up in the Eastern Bloc during communism. There's no fear of, I don't need God like that. You know what I mean?
It's a really tough sell.
It's a really shitty sell. Dude.
Yeah. They teach you about like, the rules when you're in like Sunday school or CCD or whatever the fuck you call it.
Yeah.
And you're probably like, again, like 12 to like 16 years old, which is like prime jerk off years.
Yeah.
And so they're like, that thing you do 4 times a day, we're going to have to nip that in the bud. And you're like, well, this isn't for me then. It's not for me.
When I was really young, my grandma caught me, like, not like directly caught me, but like it was pretty obvious what I was doing.
Right.
And she told me, I had a gecko at the time.
Yeah.
You know, one of those.
And it was you got it crawling up your ass while you were doing it.
No, you're going a different route with this.
Richard Gere style.
No, but I had a gecko when I was a little kid, and my mom and my grandparent would always tell me that if you pull on the gecko's tail, like its defense mechanism the tail will just like pop off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So she was like, you know how your gecko's tail will fall off? If I catch you doing that again, your penis will fall off because God's watching you. It's like, Jesus.
You're like, well, listen, if it was going to fall off, it would have fallen off by now. Let me tell you.
It would have fallen off when I was yanking it in the bathroom. But yeah. So,
Yeah.
Catholicism, they're cool people. Their heart's in the right place.
Mm-hmm. It's just sometimes their penis is in the wrong place.
Right.
Children.
Nice.
Yeah. One last layup to end the game,
Believe it or not, none of this is written. This is just pure comedy.
Yeah.
I like it when we got nothing else to talk about. We can always just shit on the Catholic Church. It's an easy one.
Right.
Yeah. Fuck. What else is going on? Oh, you know how you've talked about your beef with DoorDash and delivery people in general.
Yeah. I'm on record as saying that they should be euthanized like lame horses if they don't deliver my food on time. Yes.
Well, I had some beef with the cousin of DoorDash pieces of shit, and that's cyclists.
Cyclists.
Pretty related scumbags. Yeah, people who wear tights and cycle, ride bikes on the street.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Well, that's what they're called, right?
Oh, okay, so you're saying like on the totem pole of disgusting subhuman. Yeah, they're right somewhere in there with DoorDash drivers. Yeah.
Yeah, subhuman pieces of shit. Yeah.
Not as low as call center scammers, but like somewhere on the hierarchy, they're certainly not at the top. I agree.
They're on there.
Yeah.
They're certainly on there.
Yeah.
And as I feel like I've certainly mentioned, at least I can't keep track anymore, but I've certainly mentioned I work in my mom's restaurant like half the week. That's one of my 2 employments currently. And while I was opening the restaurant a couple days ago, I noticed, like, before you open, there's some pre-routine shit you got to do. You got to set up all the stuff. You got to turn on every grills, fryers, all this bullshit. You don't care. But when I was doing that, I'd gotten in a little late. So we opened at 11. So I got in like 11. So that's my fault anyway. But I noticed, like, as I'm doing all this prep shit, I haven't opened the doors yet. I noticed there's a bike, like one of those cyclist bikes, just parked and leaning against the front door of the restaurant.
Okay.
So right off the bat, I'm like, what the fuck is this bullshit? I go like up to the door because it's like a glass door. You can see through it. And I like look around and there's a cyclist, like shorts, sweaty as fuck, eating a slice of pizza. There's a pizzeria right next door. Eating a slice of pizza at just like this little table.
Yeah.
and just like I wave at him and I like point at the bike.
So wait, let me just to clarify. He went next door to a different restaurant, got food from them, brought it to your restaurant, and ate it in your...
No. He didn't eat it at my restaurant. He was eating it outside at a table outside.
Okay.
And he just parked his bike against the front door of the restaurant.
Right. Gotcha.
So like all the lights are on in there, like except for the open sign. I haven't flipped that yet. So all the lights are on, like, so clearly, like, first of all, don't fucking park your shit in front of a business. Like, who leans it against the door? Like, there's anywhere to park it, and he parks it against the door. He has a kickstand. It's leaned against the door. Mm-hmm. So already I'm a little pissed off. I hate working there. I show up baked and pissed every time. So I like point at and he's like, oh, like 1 minute. He's like points at the pizza. I'm almost done. I like give him a look, but I'm like, okay, dude. Like I go back to prep and all the other shit. Mm-hmm. And it's like 11:15 at this point. So like it's supposed to have been open for 15 minutes. I'm all ready. So I go up to the door again and I look at him and his back's turned and he's just on his phone. He's done with the pizza.
I mean, in my mind, that's a free license to just take that thing and just treat it like a shot put.
I mean, at that point, I didn't give him a courtesy knock. I unlocked the door and I just full fucking like Halo Spartan kicked the door open. And his fucking bike went into the fucking parking lot. Like I yeeted it into the parking lot.
Like that 300
his fucking helmet went under like some truck.
That rules.
Like I fucking opened the door and I was like, I pardon my language, but I was like, hey, retard, move your fucking bike. And this is like a 55-year-old graying man on his phone, just sweaty as shit. Like looks up at me and he's like horrified. Absolutely like horrified that I would do something like this.
Well, when you get angry, you're like frightening.
Bro, I am a fucking bear.
Yeah, you're like an angry grizzly bear that you just like fuck with their like cubs or something. You come out swinging. Like,
not only do I already am pissed. I don't want to open this fucking piece of shit place. It's not a piece of shit place. I just don't like working there.
Right.
I'm already pissed. And now this fucking asshole just parks his shit against the door, dude.
Yeah.
I fucking kicked the shit out of it. Not only did I kick it, it's in the halfway in the parking lot.
Yeah.
I like come out screaming. I kicked the bike like 3 more times.
You're having a full meltdown. At first, this story just like it went from like you being like, oh man, like he's pretty justified to be upset. It's kind of a dick move to just like lean your bike, to you being completely in the wrong. Just screaming slurs and kicking this guy's bike. And he's like, I'm sorry, I just was texting my daughter.
No, you can't convince me I was in the wrong in this. 15 minutes, dude? I knocked, pointed at it, gave him a look. Like already I would have been like, my bad, I didn't realize you were open. Let me move my piece of shit.
He made some mistakes as well. I think both of you have some blood in your hands.
I like kicked the shit out of his bike. I said, don't fucking park in front of a business, you dumb fuck. And then I just walk away from him and he's just like picking up his bike like, I'm sorry. I mean, he apologized. I didn't feel bad at all. I'm going to be honest with you. He deserved that shit.
What would you have done if you came back and his bike he put it back like over the door?
I would probably be in jail, dude.
We would have seen you on the news.
I would be in prison.
It'd be good promo for the show, you know? Like, we can get you like a t-shirt that says thecouldbeworspod.com like on the mugshot. That'd be, you know.
Yeah. No, dude, that dude would be on the local news, just like one tear rolling down his eye. His bike pantsuit, it's like a onesie.
Yeah.
It's just like ripped open at the ass. He's just like not making eye contact with the reporter.
A local biker was fucked to death this morning in the parking lot of a Polish eatery. More at 11.
Yeah. So thank God that's not how you deal with your anger with DoorDash people, because you'd become a serial killer.
Well, this morning when the podcast I couldn't get to upload or whatever, I was getting really, really upset.
Yeah.
And I threw a little temper tantrum, a little tempy tea, and I like texted my mom because I texted her beforehand. Because she was the one who told me it wasn't working, and then says I was like, oh, it's just like bullshit and whatever, and I was like just like ranting, and then I texted her like a half hour later, like, can you order me like a new kitchen garbage can off of Amazon? And she's like, did you get angry and throw it across the room? I was like, no.
Yeah. So that's how I spent my week, and now I have a fucked ankle, so now I'm pissed thinking back to that guy, and now I just felt my ankle hurt. I moved it, and I'm back to being pissed off.
Well, that's like your karma, you know, is you fucked his bike up, and then the universe fucked your ankle up.
Yeah, now I can't fucking play for the Polish national team in the Olympics,
right?
For basketball.
Yeah, they'll have to find some other war criminal to start a point guard.
Some other fucking giant inbred beast.
Yeah. Speaking of beasts, did you see Logan Paul called out Mike Tyson?
Oh yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to see Logan Paul get eviscerated.
I mean, like, I think he said that, like, he said like Mike Tyson was old and he could probably beat him. It's like, dude, I mean, I've just seen like those videos of like Tyson practicing on like the speed bags or whatever. All it takes is one punch. That motherfucker would kill you.
Dude, Logan Paul would be pink mist if he fought Tyson.
Well, this would be a great way to end like the YouTuber boxing trend. Is if Mike Tyson just like absolutely murdered Logan Paul, literally killed him. And I don't mean like, I mean just like a vicious where like the crowd's even like, stop. Like he just pummels. Because Mike Tyson's like got a screw loose. I mean, he's on 9 joints an hour, so he's like mellow now. But if you get him in the ring and get him angry, dude, like the cocaine Tyson will come back and he'll rip your ears off, literally.
I mean, I'm totally for it. I see Tyson just bite off Logan Paul's ear, just spit it out onto the mat.
It would make for good content.
Yeah. Well, the problem with these fights so far and why everyone feels ripped off is because these YouTubers aren't getting their fucking shit tossed.
Right.
Like, we're paying to see these fucking douche fucks. Everybody we know knows a douchebag like that. You want to see that fucker knocked out.
Yeah, most people just want to see the light leave their eyes. I agree.
Like, everyone was like, oh, Logan Paul, like, he had such a down-to-earth speech after his fight and how he's like, hard work got me here and thank you. That's not what we're watching this bullshit for.
Yeah. We want to see the post-fight speech of him like describing the different ramps he's going to have to attach to his house so he can get around.
I want to see fucking Logan Paul drinking a shake through a bendy straw, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe one day. You can only hope.
Yeah.
All right. Let's wrap this little bitch up, huh?
Yep. I think it's about time.
Let's send this home.
All right. Well, thanks for listening, folks. As always, follow us on Twitter at the CBW Pod. Visit us online, thecouldbeworspod.com, for all the episodes you may have missed. We got at least 10 up there. So if you haven't caught up, now's the time. If you're on YouTube, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you ever see, if again, like it doesn't go on Spotify, if there's some issue on that end, it will always be on YouTube. So check there if you don't see it. And other than that, we'll see you next week.
All right, peace.